Hi everybody, it's Linda with Joyful Makes and Finds, and I am back with another Christmas in July offering, and it is a very interesting journal, a kind that I had a great time making and have never made before, and it is a candy box journal. It's larger, I think, than a lot of the candy box journals that I've seen, but I made it from a candy cane box, 25 mini candy canes, and I saved the box, just kind of thinking it would be a fun journal. And so I thought Christmas in July was a perfect time to try something new, and it was so much fun to make, and it is really cute. So let me show it to you. It is, hopefully the glare is not too bad, but there is a shine on this box, and I just left that bit of a shine. And it is tied with some very vintage lace as a wrap. And I've got it wrapped around here 3 times. So you can cut it off. You can do what you keep it, use a different tie, whatever you want. But I made sure that it was a generously big wrap around so you have lots of room. And then I excuse me, just this morning created this dangle. I had some actual candy canes. Now, I have to tell you, I probably wouldn't eat it because they're from last year, but I thought it would be a fun thing to hang a real candy cane on here. So I also glued some trim around the top of the package. So it's probably not the safest thing to eat, but it's fun. So this box has a panel on the front, an acetate panel. I trimmed it with Rick Rack. I used red and white baker's twine for the tying in the signatures, and I pretty much left the rest of the journal plain. I did cover a couple of areas that had like the nutritional information and stuff like that because it was not very interesting looking, but okay. So let's get inside this fun thing here. So I used pom-pom trim. I used a really fun bit of red trimmed white eyelet and some green pom-pom trim along the back. So there's lots of little bells and whistles here and jingle bells, literally, on the signature ties, and we'll get to those in a minute. Okay, so the first page here has a pocket that I used some candy cane fabric to create, and then this is the handmade tag that I made for this, or journal card that I made for this journal. It's one of my button shakers, and it's signed on the back, and it's this little guy holding a candy cane. And maybe I forgot to mention, there are 2 signatures in this journal. And then this is a side pocket here with a little decorated guest check for journaling. This is some pretty writing paper, some graph paper. This is a page from a vintage Christmas ideals book, and it has some Christmas recipes on this side, and then just an illustration from the magazine on the back side, and I attached a holiday recipe card there. And this is a little tuck spot with this adorable gingerbread boy image, and this is from my stash of vintage images, the Candy Cane House. It was a coloring book image. There's lots of fun there. Just some cardstock there. Here's a coloring page with some candy canes, which I think is a fun element for a holiday journal. And doily, some vintage, some children's ledger. This is a digital. I love the burlap. And then there's a paper bag here, and I just have this little clip, and inside of this paper bag is a Rolodex card that I altered for journaling on the back. Or I tried not to over decorate very hard. I wanted to put everything I had in here because it was just so much fun to work on. But it will make, I did try to leave lots of blank pages so you have room to journal. You could easily make this a December daily, and it will come with December daily numbers, which I'll show you this little packet in a minute. So it would be a great December daily, and there's more than enough pages. Coffee dyed paper. These are, this is actually a scrapbook paper, and it's got these to and from tags in here, printed on the back. And then this is the center of the first signature, and I tied a big art glass bead. I got lamp work bead and a gold, I don't know if you can see that very well, and a gold jingle bell at the bottom of that. And then this is the back side of the paper bag, and inside of there is a Christmas tea bag. From me to you. If you're trying to celebrate a little bit of Christmas in July, you could make that into an iced tea, and that could be fun to have, or you can save it for the holidays. Okay, the back sides, lots of journaling, empty spaces there for you. And then this is another tuck spot that is this, I feel like I am perhaps in the way here of the lighting. I apologize if that's the case. And then this is an image from my library of images, and it's this beautiful jar of Christmas candies. And this is the back side of the Ideals magazine. It has another Christmas recipe on the back. And then this back pocket has this card that I made here, a little journal card. And I created one of these. I took an empty vintage button card and sewed some Christmas buttons on there and created this little side piece here. And you can use this somewhere else, or I just think they're lots of fun to make. So I've been enjoying making those for my journals recently. This is in between the two signatures. And this beginning of the second signature here, I have this, one of my favorite trims, this red and white eyelet. And then I left this pocket open for easy access. I didn't glue the top and bottom down, but you certainly could. And then I included another one of my vintage Christmas card images for a journal card here. I love this couple. Are they like adorable or what? Candy canes are just fun and happy. I love making candy cane journals. Some vintage Christmas music paper. This is an envelope that was sewn into the signature, and I just created a simple tag, undecorated, from the papers that I used in the journal for you to create on, to journal on, to decorate, to kind of make your own. And then this is a Project Life card, adorable Santa, and it's tucked into this tuck. This is a double envelope tuck here. So there's this little envelope, and I put Tim Holtz little Christmas calling card in there. And then this envelope folds out. And inside of this envelope, I put this great vintage postcard journal card. I love this image of Santa working hard. You could easily see where this could be July at the North Pole, and he is hard at work building his inventory of toys. Okay, and then that folds, and there's a doily here. This is a page from a Christmas craft catalog. I think it's like Hirschner's or something. We've gotten Hirschner's craft catalogs since I was a little girl, I think. And I still get one occasionally. I get excited. Don't really order, but I sure do love to look at them. Okay, and here's some fun Christmas gift wrap. Little sparkly polka dots. And here I created a tuck using the one of the ends of the box. I used just about every single morsel of the box. So the whole cover of the journal is the box, and then I've got a couple more pieces of the box in here as tucks. And I made this little journal card from one of my Christmas card images, and I made it on a large index card, so there'd be lots of room for journaling. You could also attach some post-it note paper in there and make a little booklet out of it for making lists. Okay, here's just a page from a little notebook. Writing paper. This is the center of the signature. And I love how I trimmed the notebook paper with some of the baker's twine. I think that gives it a fun look up there. And then the center of the signature ties on this one have a green jingle bell and this candy cane heart-shaped charm. Okay. So this is the final piece. This was, I think, one of the little end pieces of the box, and I created a belly band there, and I just made another simple blank tag from the scrapbook paper that I used in the journal so that you can decorate it, use it as a December daily element or whatever you'd like to do with it. There's a lot of pages in this and just a lot of variety and fun. Here is the back side of the red envelope sewn into the signature and a third blank tag for you to use. Decorate. This is the back side of the Christmas music paper. And then this is the last page here. And in this tuck, I have this writing paper. It's large, and it's from the desk of Santa Claus, signed by Santa, and it says, "Merry Christmas and to all a good night." And it's just folded up in here and tucked in. Tucked in there. Okay. And then the very final page here has got another fabric pocket, and then I just created this fun card, journaling card from a time card. It's red and green, so I thought that was fun, and I put Santa on there and a little topper. And this is a 1968 Christmas seals little stamp that I put at the top of there. Okay, so you can see the green pom-pom trim there, the back. And then, of course, as I said, it ties with this lace that ties around. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the most fun features. Okay, so you're seeing an acetate pocket. Can't believe I forgot to mention this. So in the inside, I created a pocket here. So this is actually a tag. I'm going to show you. So you could put a photograph in here, Christmas photograph of whatever, of your family, of your house, of your Christmas tree, of whatever you'd like. Or you just put this tag in. There's a little notch here, excuse me. And you just put the tag in backwards. And then I just open it up and just adjust it. It goes all the way down to the bottom, and then I move it over so that you can see all four of their cute little faces. Okay, so that's a fun little feature. I really had a good time with that part of it. Okay, so when you open it up, you can't really tell that that comes out. There's just a little notch up there, and you can pull it by the little topper there. And there's a little bulb pin that says "Made with Love." Okay, so this is the journal, and then as always, my journals come with a little packet of offcuts, and it's got some trim and the baker's twine and things like glassine bags and little scraps. There's actually 2 pockets that I made that I ended up not putting in the journal, so you're going to get those 2 pockets. They're either 2 separate pockets, or you can layer them and make a 2-pocket page with it. And there's a candy cane charm and a bulb pin and some fun little doodads. And then there are December daily numbers in here. I don't know if you can see this. My lighting is, my overhead ring light is still out. So I'm using side lighting, which is not great. So I apologize for that if you're not seeing well. But you've got December daily numbers in here. So this is listed in my Etsy shop, Joyful Makes and Finds, and there is a link to the listing in the description box below. It'll take you right to the listing for the journal. In terms of, we are halfway through Christmas in July. I still have a lot of items I'm going to be adding to my shop. I still have 1 or 2 projects that I would like to do. One of them I'd like to do on make a video, and I'd also like to make a large dangle collection. So let's see what I can get done here, and I will definitely see you soon with another project. I appreciate you taking time to watch. Please like the video if you're enjoying what you see, and consider subscribing to my growing channel. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.